Hey everybody, Peter here and welcome. This video is all about the quantum physics of creating the life that you really want to live, all by connecting your mind with the powers of nature and of the universe. So have you ever wondered why, sometimes despite all the willpower in the world and your best efforts, you just don't achieve the goals you really want to achieve? Or you achieve them maybe a little bit and don't sustain your results? Well, I'm going to tell you why over the next 5 minutes. I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer. Once you learn this, you're not going to be able to unlearn it. But I think you'll really love this, and I think it'll really shed some clarity on why it is that you're not achieving what you really want to achieve, and what you can do to throw that out of the window and start achieving big time. All right, so the first thing to keep in mind is that we make an error, a fundamental error, when we try to achieve goals. And it's not our fault, it's just the way that we've been conditioned by society. It doesn't really matter where you are in the world, we all pretty much have this same societal conditioning. And that conditioning says that we can achieve anything we want to simply by using our conscious mind, our focus, and our willpower. That is not true. So I want you to throw that out right away and learn the truth about how your mind really works in conjunction with the laws of the universe and the laws of nature. It's all quantum physics, guys, so here's basically how things really work. I'm going to draw a circle here on this whiteboard. And I want you to think of this circle as representing your mind. Now, your mind has two parts. So I'm going to draw a line across the middle here horizontally, and that line now represents the two parts of your mind. The first part of your mind is the conscious mind. That's what I'm going to put here on the top with a C in the center. And the second part of your mind is the subconscious mind. I'm going to call that the lower part of your mind, and I'm going to put an S there. Now, your mind doesn't really have an upper part and a lower part. Your mind isn't really as simple as a circle. But if we're going to understand these concepts, we've got to have some picture of the mind to work with. So here's the mistake that we have been conditioned to make through no fault of our own with our societal conditioning. We think that everything that we accomplish is simply by using our willpower with what we're going to call this top half of the mind, the conscious mind. That's actually not true. Everything that we accomplish, believe it or not, actually comes from our subconscious mind and the programming that's in our subconscious mind. You might have heard that programming called paradigms. Paradigms are simply habits of thought that we've been conditioned with. All right, so let's put all of this together now. We have the top part of the mind, figuratively speaking, that we're calling the conscious mind. We have the bottom part of the mind, figuratively speaking, that we're calling the subconscious. And I'm going to draw another smaller circle here at the bottom. And this circle represents the body. All right? So let's take just a quick journey here to see how our minds really work. Again, what we've been conditioned to believe, that everything comes from willpower, our conscious mind, and pushing to make something happen, is not true. And if you think about that, any times that you've done that, or you've seen somebody else do it, you'll notice they either didn't quite achieve the result that they wanted, if at all, or they achieved it and they didn't sustain it for very long, or they achieved it, didn't sustain it for very long, and weren't really very happy about it. It was really a bumpy process getting there, and a very bumpy, often difficult process staying there. All right, so again, throw that out of the window, and here's what I want you to remember to really start accelerating your results and using both parts of your mind to create the results you really want. So the first thing here is to keep in mind that the conscious mind and the subconscious mind always work together. They'll work together more effectively once, which you will be in a few moments, you're conscious of how they partner with each other. So let's talk about that partnership now. I am going to draw 5 kind of old-timey antenna here. If you look at old television reruns, you will see all the houses in suburbia that have all of these old-fashioned antennae on the tops of the roofs, kind of reminiscent of that. But these actually represent all the information that we've been bombarded with since the day we were born, maybe since we were in the womb, and that we're hearing all the time now. This is what we hear on the news, what our relatives tell us, what our friends tell us, what our peers tell us, what we hear in society. And all these ideas come into us. A lot of them are good, and a lot of them help us, but so many of these ideas are negative, they are not empowering, and they're not aligned with the big goals that we really want to achieve or the big lives that we really want to live. So what happens is we're bombarded, and these antennae represent hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and touching, our 5 senses. So imagine all of that bombardment that's been coming in every day, every hour, every moment, regularly since the day that we were born. Now what happens is the subconscious mind, through what we call spaced repetition over time, continues to get bombarded with a lot of ideas that are not serving us in terms of the big results that we want to get and the big lives that we want to lead. And so what happens is our conscious mind over time, I'm going to use a different color here. Let's go ahead and grab a red marker, and I'm going to draw a red arrow. Okay, I'll try to make this as bold as I can so it shows up nicely for you. The subconscious mind, through spaced repetition over time, picks up all of that conditioning that's coming in, all of those thoughts that are coming in repeatedly through the conscious mind. I like to say the subconscious mind marinates in the thoughts that are coming from the conscious mind. And when the subconscious mind marinates in those thoughts and ideas that are coming in, then the subconscious mind gets programmed. It's sort of like programming the autopilot on an airplane. And what happens then is that that programming is down here where we take our actions in the body. So you'll see the smaller circle that I've drawn a B in. The B represents the body. Now, the mistake that we often make is we think that all the actions we take with our body to achieve the goals that we want to achieve come from conscious mind and willpower. They don't. And that's why often we can think, yes, I really want to achieve this big goal, yet we end up not in any kind of sustained way, if at all. We end up not taking the actions that we need to take to get the results that we want to get. All right, so let's run this. We've got all of these ideas bombarding the conscious mind. The conscious mind then sends those ideas, spaced repetition over time, into the subconscious. The subconscious marinates in all these ideas that are coming in and being repeated over and over. And that programs the subconscious, and like an airplane, it sets an autopilot, if you will. All of our body's actions are taken based on that autopilot or that programming that has come into the subconscious mind from the bombardment of the conscious mind. So we will take actions, but the actions are based on what's here in the subconscious. And let me go ahead and draw another arrow here. This A is going to represent the actions that we take. And then we get results. Okay, so I'm going to write the word results here. But the results are in direct alignment with whatever's in the subconscious. So what do we do about it is the question. Well, before we get into that, let me give you a little bit more information about the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and their capabilities. All right, so let's go ahead and switch to another marker here. I'm going to go ahead and grab a black marker, nice big and bold so you can see it. Keep in mind a couple of characteristics of the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and then we're going to pull all of this together. The conscious mind has the power to accept, reject, or originate thoughts and ideas as well. So the conscious mind can accept, it can reject, or it can originate thoughts or ideas. The subconscious mind, on the other hand, can only accept. All right, so let's get that written here. The conscious mind can only accept, and that's why the conscious mind and the subconscious mind have got to work as a partnership in harmony with each other if you want to get those big results, live the big life you really want to lead, and sustain it. So let's run a scenario here. We're going to run it in a negative way first with this partnership, and then we're going to run it in a positive way. So let's just say, let's use a goal that a lot of people can relate to. Let's say that it's a fitness goal, and let's say that you want to lose 15 pounds. So all the bombardment that's happening with our five senses, see, hear, smell, taste, touch, we're with the antenna here at the top of the conscious mind. Conscious mind is bringing in all of these thoughts and ideas from the outside, from the news, from relatives, from friends, from society. And what those ideas generally say is, well, losing weight and getting fit is difficult. Most people aren't able to do it. People always gain that weight back anyway. It's just so difficult and hard to do, etc., 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 right? So with that bombardment over time, the subconscious mind marinates in that, and the subconscious mind gets programmed, its autopilot gets programmed to say, yep, it's difficult to lose weight, it really doesn't work, diets aren't very helpful, people always gain the weight back, it's just really too hard to do and to sustain. Then when we take actions, the actions that we take automatically come from that subconscious programming. I'm not going to go to the gym today. Oh, this is going to be too hard, etc. And so we end up more or less eating the foods we shouldn't eat, maybe sitting on the couch, watching TV and eating potato chips, instead of doing the work that we need to do, the exercise that we need to take to get the physical fitness result that we want to get. So that's a simple idea, but that's really all how this works together. Now let's use a positive example of that. So let's say that I'm being bombarded with, oh, diets don't work, and oh, it's really difficult to lose weight, and oh, getting into the gym every day is really hard and it's really tough. Most people can't do it. Same bombardment. Now that I understand how the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the body work together to get me results, I can now use that to my advantage. So here's what we're going to do now. When those thoughts come in about how difficult it is to get into that fitness state that we want to be in, I can say, wait a minute, I can reject those ideas. The idea comes in, oh, it's too difficult to do. Nope, I choose to reject that. I'm going to let that go. If an idea comes in that says, hey, here's a new plan that I can try that a friend of mine used that actually worked, and wow, my friend just lost 5 pounds in the last 2 weeks doing that, and boy, is he or she looking more fit now. I'm seeing muscle tone. That's an idea that I can say, wait a minute, that is aligned with what I want to achieve. I'm going to go ahead and accept that idea, right? So I can reject the idea that's not in alignment with the fitness goal. I can accept the idea, in fact, even look for and accept the ideas that are in alignment with the fitness goal, and I can originate new ones. I can just on my own just say to myself, you know what? There are so many people that actually do achieve their fitness goals. I see pictures of them online all the time. Hey, wait a minute. I bet if I exercised starting out even just 20 minutes a day, even if I'm taking a walk around the block, then I can get started and move in the direction of my fitness goal, right? So I can originate ideas like that that are going to be aligned with my goal. Now, here's the kicker. I don't want to do that once and just do a once and done on that. Because just like the old ideas that weren't working for me got into my subconscious through spaced repetition over time, the new ones have to get in there through spaced repetition over time as well. So I want to repeat those ideas to me. I can use affirmations. I can write them out as statements. But whatever I need to do to have those ideas implanted in my conscious mind deliberately, whatever I need to do to maybe write those out, visualize, I need to start feeling that as if it were real for me, as if it were really happening now, and reprogram myself. As I do that with my conscious mind, my subconscious mind starts to marinate, so to speak, in the new ideas. And as my subconscious mind marinates in the new ideas, my autopilot, if you will, in my subconscious mind, my paradigms, my autopilot start to reprogram as well. Now my automatic autopilot programming in my subconscious mind becomes, yeah, it's actually doable and easy and fun for me to achieve my fitness goal. Then I automatically, through my subconscious programming now, start taking actions that are aligned with that fitness goal. I start doing the exercising without feeling it's drudgery. I start eating the right foods just automatically because I've programmed myself to do that. It doesn't feel like a struggle so much anymore. And as I take those actions, those new actions that are now part of my subconscious programming, I get the new results, and the results become the fitness goal that I want to achieve. So it may not be a fitness goal you want to achieve, but it doesn't matter. Insert whatever it is that you want to achieve here, the results that you want to get, and this approach, this formula will work for you. This is quantum physics. This is one of the unchanging laws of nature. And when you start using it for yourself, you're going to start seeing really big results. So I hope you found that helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Before I sign off, everyone, a quick announcement for you. I'm very happy to announce that we have a few new openings for our one-on-one consultation calls. During those calls, we'll do three things. Number one, we're going to get you crystal clear on what it is that you really want to achieve in your life. Number two, we're going to identify the obstacles that may be getting in the way and slowing you down. And number three, we're going to get you started right away on a path to living the life that you really want to live, achieving what you really want to achieve, the life that you deserve. Now, who do we work with? Number one, we work with entrepreneurs who want to grow their businesses and who want to have a bigger impact in their industries. Number two, we work with professionals who want to do the same thing in their professional careers. And number three, we work with individuals who just want to exponentially improve the lives that they're living personally. So go ahead and book that call. You'll find all the information available for you in the video description. Also, if you like this video, if you found it useful, go ahead and share it with your friends and colleagues. Click subscribe and like, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.